Hello, scholars. It has been a while that I posted a lesson. In today's video, we are going to read Education Indian and American Part 2. I would suggest that before you go through this video, kindly go and watch the previous video about the same lesson. In the previous video, we read about Anurag Mathur, the writer, and Gopal, the protagonist of the story. We read the introduction of the chapter Education, Indian and American. We also learnt about the phrase the brain drain. In the present video, we are going to meet Gopal, who has reached America for his college studies. And we are going to see how amazing and amusing his experience in the college is going to be. So, let's read. Back in college, Gopal devoted himself to his work, though he knew it was an illusion. He thought he sensed his mind flower and expand. The Indian system of education had drilled his mind and beaten it until it was a tight, rigid mass laid upon the fundamentals of science that has been dug deep until they sank into his subconscious mind. Now, from this unshakable base, he was able to make sorties that his American colleagues couldn't imagine trying, unsure as they were about their basics. For the first time, he began to learn the joy of analysis rather than retention, based upon the core of fundamentals that had been hammered into him quite literally. He experimented with leaps of logic. Often he paused uncertainly, as though in midair, waiting for someone to admonish him and demand that he return to thinking by the book. Instead, he found encouragement. His mind soared. He felt himself flying. For the first time in his life, he gloried in studying. I came out of India at the right time, he felt. He had got the best of educational system where the early years instilled discipline and basics. But the subsequent repetition of the same crippled minds that were ready to take off. In America, he found that encouragement. Yet, simultaneously, he found that the American students seemed unable to utilize the truly astonishing opportunities that their educational system offered at the higher levels. He found himself studying late in the library, staying even later in the laboratory, not because he wanted higher grades, but because he was enjoying it. He felt that his grasp over his subject had become so thorough that he was able to go back to the fundamentals, to those dragons of his earlier days, and look at them with a new eye. Why were they constructed as they were? What was the intent and what was the result? Could they be improved upon? Such a question would have been a hearsay to his Indian teachers a scandal, but they had done their job and Gopal had left them behind. He often considered amusedly with what horror they would react to his questions and viewpoints he held now. But now he thought of them, the giants of his childhood, as dusty, shrunken old men with barred minds. Thus, we see that education is not just the overfilling of the cup with the same information again and again. It cripples one's mind. It is what sets the mind free, makes one think logically, analyze critically, and explain carefully is true education. Education is a process of growth of mind and heart, not just going round and round in the same pool of old ghostly cobwebs of basics. It is amazing as well as amusing to see how Gopal, enjoying his studies in glory, where his fellow Americans are not able to take the basic advantage of the wonderful education system over there because their fundamentals and basics are not as strong as Gopal's. And that is the difference between American education and Indian education. In India, the basics and fundamentals are poured deep into the subconscious, and the fundamentals and the foundation is so strong that a student can enjoy growth of education in analytical thinking and in carefully understanding and enhancing the topic. Thank you.